Ready to go live. All right, we are now live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the House of Horrors with tonight's guest and fellow Polonia pal. And it looks like his dog too, or I can't really see out of the way there. Your name, and Cody. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. It's like I can sort of see ahead. Who do we got there?
Yes, this is Mr. Oreo. He has been missing me dearly today. I've been out of my house for quite some time and he wants to be close to me. So,
Oh, yes. Yeah, we're acting a play today or this weekend.
yes, we just closed up on it today and it was a very magical experience and I'm very proud of the work that went into it.
Which one did you do?
I directed Puffs. It is a parody show on Harry Potter, and it shows the tale of the Hufflepuffs, which they legally have to call the Puffs in this production, throughout all 7 years of what you know from the story. It's just a fantastic tale of bravery, strength, and the underdogs coming to fruition.
Okay, so I guess are you a Hufflepuff out of the houses, Harry Potter houses? You consider yourself a Hufflepuff?
Actually, maybe now I might consider myself a Hufflepuff, but I have taken the test many times and I'm a Slytherin at heart. So,
Yeah, those tests. Gotta wonder about those sometimes. Have you
hmm
seen what was that? Don't they have like a AI thing or something, or like a hat where it puts it on you? I've seen something where it puts a hat on you and it like puts you in one of the houses. It sorts you. Have you seen that?
I have actually. And every time I've done any type of test, whether it's the official test or it's the AI generated one on like TikTok, I'm always sorted into Slytherin. So I feel like the universe is telling me Slytherin, but after this show, I like to consider myself an honorary puff. So,
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I had an echo there. um, what was it? Didn't you? What was it? Was it Fantastic Beasts you had auditioned for, or what was it? I remember you had made it one time. You were talking about
yeah,
that.
that was the second Fantastic Beast movie. They did an open audition call, and I was in my senior year of college, and I had did all of the video auditions, and I got all the way to the final round, and they cut me, and my scene partner was the one that got cast for the younger version of Dumbledore that they had in the movie.
Uh, I wonder if it was for that house or if they were auditioning for the younger Dumbledore and you didn't realize it. I wonder. Who knows? Who knows how that works out, huh?
Who knows? I didn't get it, but I was really close enough, so that's all that matters in my eyes.
Yeah. So that's fun though. What other movies have you auditioned for? Any movies recently at all?
No big studio movies. More so sticking with Mark and Jeff and doing
Mm-hmm.
works with them. But I would love to do more open auditions if anybody catches the work that I do with those two. So,
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. My mom said, "Hey, welcome to the show." So recently, I know on Fossum they have the last Chainsaw Massacre, and then
mhm.
Cocaine Werewolf is supposed to have a release soon. Which 1
2 days.
did you end up working with? Oh, what's come out in 2 days? Oh, it's released in 2 days.
Cocaine Werewolf is released in 2 days. Yeah, on the 13th.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll have to check that out. I think was it I think I saw it on Amazon or it said like not yet released. So like it's on
hmm
there, but it's not yet released. So
On its way.
I hate when they do that with movies. I hate when they do that. They like have the cast, they have everything on there, and it gets you
hmm
all hyped up for it. It's like not out yet. I remember they did the same with Jurassic Shark 3 and they got Camp Blood 9 up there now too, and I'm like, really? All right. I think Last Chainsaw Massacre, that's a Sterling one. He produced that, I believe, right? I think it's
I
released by Sterling Entertainment.
I think so. I haven't seen that one quite yet. I've been very busy directing, but I do plan to watch it. It was a fun time to film, though. I'll tell you that.
It looks like running around with a chainsaw. Can't go wrong with that. So how is that? So what do you like working with most? Plants, chainsaw, or werewolves?
You know, I would probably say the chainsaw was fun. I like to have a moment where I get to get my hands a little dirty without spoiling anything. Um, that one was really fun. But all of the movies were great to work on.
Yeah, it's like maybe after we get off here, you might have to go to Fossum. So it is airing
Yeah.
on that. So I was telling people, I'm like, go to Fossum if you want to try to check it out before.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, yeah, it's always fun working with Mark there. How was it that you got involved with Polonium movies again?
I'm really good friends with Yoli, who has been in numerous productions with Mark and working with Tim and working with Jeff and working with all of them. And I told her I would love to just be connected with Mark and see what I can do with him. And I also talked with Titus, who many of you know who Titus is. And we were able to get a connection in place, able to meet with Mark one-on-one, have a great sit down with him. And then after that, the rest is history. Now I've been in many movies and another one that I start filming at the end of the month. So
nice. Anything can talk about, or that's not on IMDb yet? Can't talk about that one that's coming up.
I can say with that one that is coming up, I've read the script. My character is hilarious, something I haven't done before with any of the movies I've done. And we are filming in 3 different months. This is the first movie that I've done where we don't shoot within 1 month. We shoot within now multiple, just because of the scenes that we need and the weather that we need. So we start on the 31st of this month. And we go for a couple days and then we take a break and then we hit it back up later on.
Nice. Yeah, because I know usually they're filmed like within that week or same time period, just boom, boom, and get them done. So this will probably be the longest one that you'll be working on then.
Yeah, I would say it would be.
So you said since it's a character you haven't played before, when you read each character, or what's your process into getting into that character?
That's a great question, actually. With anything I direct or anything I work with actors on and myself, I like to talk to them about touchstones. So I take a memory that I have and I hold that memory close and I pull that memory through when I work through building the character, and it helps give life to what is already written on the paper. Also, I take inspiration from movies I've seen, famous actors I enjoy, and that helps me kind of get into the mode of this character.
So growing up, what were some of your favorite movies and actors that inspired you, that you bring in your inspiration for your characters?
Well, the great late Carrie Fisher, absolutely love her. Star Wars was the first movie I saw, the original trilogy, and then I saw the prequel series in theaters. Mark Hamill. Who else would I say that was a huge inspiration? There's so many. Meryl Streep. Death Becomes Her. Great movie. Love it. And it's a musical on the way. Really, Harrison Ford. Just many people who really delve deep into the characters but don't go into the whole method acting of the characters, but they give it their all and they make them believable.
So since you mentioned method acting, is that anything you'd ever try doing, or
no?
You know,
absolutely not. I would never do that. I've known a few actors who have done that, and they have really struggled getting out of that zone. I will never delve into method acting.
And then there's those horror stories too. Of course, we know those who've played the Joker and other roles, and just getting too deep into that. Yeah, it's more fun to just at the time be the character and not have to pull yourself out of it. That'd be kind of weird, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if I want to go around all day pretending to be a dork or a asshole producer. Well, yeah, show your or whatever character. That'd be kind of weird.
Uh-huh.
Oh boy, yeah, I'll be your dork and I'll come on any movie now. Yeah, it's interesting. Since you said different characters, what would you say some of the differences between your character in The Stalking and Last Chainsaw Massacre and Cocaine Werewolf that you got to portray?
Oh God. Well, The Stalking, as you knew, I had to cover up all my tattoos because I'm not a teenager. So that kind of going into that younger mindset and trying to have fun because I'm kind of like a control freak in my personal life. Like I like to make sure everything's like together. So trying to let go of that was a challenge. But then you look at the Last Chainsaw Massacre, which I play a little bit darker, but I also have some vulnerable moments in that movie. There's a really fun scene that I loved in there where I like snap out of a specific thing that I'm not going to spoil for people, which you've seen it though. And I have like a moment where I'm like freaking out and putting my hands up and like trying to calm down the other character. So that was really fun compared to what I did with the first movie. And then Cocaine Werewolf, I'm more of a jerk, but like a stupid jerk because my character gets what's coming to him. I'll tell you that.
That's a fun character to play. I can relate
Yep.
to that. That's fun.
Yep.
It's always fun to be like that opposite of how you are in real life, just to like see that side, to play that out and have that fun and not have any consequences with it too. Just cool.
Oh yeah. I mean, you should have seen my search history. I told that to them during the Q&A that we had over in Wellsboro. We sat up and they're like, what is one thing that is funny about your process? And I said, Googling how to do cocaine is like prominent throughout my search history because I had to watch like videos of like actors and like how do you snort a line of cocaine, because my character does that a lot in the movie. So it was a fun time.
It's like, just watch all the movies you can with drugs. You got Blow, Godfather. Yeah, just watch
Scarface. So
well, that's what I meant. Scarface. Yeah, Scarface.
Yeah.
Is what it. What was the other one? Bad Lieutenant.
Yes.
So.
Until Dawn. Not Until Dawn. From Dusk to Dawn. That
From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yes, with the vampires. So
they might have a movie on that video game coming out soon. I don't know. I think I heard something that they're supposed to.
They're in production right now, and I'm super excited for that. That's a great game to play.
Yeah, I'd like to see a version of. Have you ever played Life is Strange?
Yes, I have actually.
That would be an interesting. I think if they HBO Max like did a series or something on it, or like that would be cool. Not like just a movie, but like a little bit of series on it, even if it's like 6 episodes or something. But
and that would be cool. They have enough to pull from with that. So,
oh, I just realized. Yeah, HBO Max. Yeah, well, HBO Max will tell the story of Max. I wasn't even thinking that was her name. I'm just like, yeah, Paramount Plus. Let's see. Oh, Steven said he went ahead and followed your TikTok.
Oh, thanks.
So, what do you got on there? Just stuff from your plays, or do you do anything certain on there? I haven't checked it out, but
no, that's like that. My TikTok is right now. I will be doing stuff for my plays to promote it, but right now it's like book reviews and like what horror movie character would you be. But I am going to be updating it to do more of like the behind the scenes stuff of my movies or my shows that I'm a part of. So more will be updated in this next round. So,
okay. Let me see if Steven said anything else there. So what other, any video games or movies or anything you've checked out now or hope to see a movie, since we're stored on the line of video games and movies there?
Movies. Right now, I don't know. That's a really tough question because my time has been so sparse recently. I've been so disassociated with what's currently going on. So I have to check out and see what's coming out or what will be already in the theater. And games, I only really play Fortnite right now. I'm one of those people. So I'm waiting for the new season to drop on Friday of next week. So
I haven't got into that yet. I know a lot of people play Fortnite and they have like different characters and stuff now. Or
listen, I told myself when I managed a GameStop in New Jersey, I said, I will never play this game. I saw all those kids come in and buy V-Bucks. I said, this is a stupid game. And then last year or 2 years ago, I got so into it. Like, this is my de-stress game. And it is actually quite stressful. But
I'll check it out. I know because working in like Walmart in the past and stuff, getting V-Bucks, I'm like, what the heck's all this V-Bucks for?
I know, what is that?
Like, what are you spending this on?
Virtual currency? Why?
Well, who knows? Pretty soon it might be the currency.
It might.
It's like, it is what it's like V-Bucks now. They have so like what type of character do you play as it?
So I've been switching between Marvel characters. I'm a huge Marvel fan. So Deadpool, Wolverine, they just released a new X-Men 97 collab. So you've got Jubilee, Colossus, and Cyclops.
Mm-hmm.
So I usually shift between them. Or Michael Myers, he is in the game, which is really cool. So I usually will play as him as well and chase people down.
Shoot, I might have to check it out eventually. I'm gonna be like, oh shit, how did I get sucked into this?
You're gonna get hooked, and do not blame me.
I'm gonna be arguing with a little 12-year-old. Oh, got your ass, you newbie, you newbie. And they're like, go to bed. Go tell your mom. They hear about get off that game.
I've heard that. I have heard that.
Play like 1 o'clock in the morning when they cuss them out and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But that's cool. They got the X-Men 97. I can't wait till the next season. Oh my god!
Oh, such a good show. So good.
And they brought it off perfectly, like from where it left off and everything, and it fit so perfectly. But they made it much more intense though than like on the Fox Kids and like the
they did like more adult, having a little bit more adult themes as well too.
Yeah.
And the creator, who is no longer the creator, that's a whole topic that I will not get into, but I will say that he did a fabulous job reviving it, and he will be dearly missed with the show. But I'm curious to see how they're going to move forward, because it was a hit. Like, beautiful voice acting, beautiful imagery, phenomenal.
I think they even had some of the original voice actors too, I believe, still doing the voices too. So I mean, let's Steven say he said I think when we were talking about the game Warframe is a game where pirates and ninjas play through.
Oh, cool! I'll have to check that out.
Oh, that's a different game. It's Warframe. Okay. Yeah, I haven't played any games in quite a while. I'm, more into movies and doing what I got to do there and working. It's hard to get into so many different things, and some of the games take forever.
They do.
What is that? What's the one with Ted Raimi? The horror game that was out recently, and it had Lynn Shay was in it. Like, it was that big popular horror game with the werewolves.
I know which one you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I played it too, and that's the sad thing.
It took me. I couldn't play it once because I'm not like a hardcore gamer where I can play 12 hours straight. Like, I need a break in between. But I think that game took a total of like 9 hours, 8 or 9 hours to like get through the whole game. So.
The Quarry, yes. Thank you, Stephen.
The Quarry. That's what he's here for. He's always got the answers.
See, games like that are beautiful because they are like a little movie or a TV series right in one swoop. The story elements of them and coming up with different scenarios that people could go down. Those are fantastic games.
The best game that they actually filmed, like, surprisingly, it wasn't on the PS5 or anything. On the original PlayStation, they had an X-Files game based on the TV show, and they filmed it though with your choices, and the actors were in there and everything, all the Skinner, the Mr. X, everything, and you were on trying to find Mulder and Scully, and in between, it had like the game first person going through, and it was so funny. I remember. I shot the gumball machine, and then he goes, turn in your badge and gun, and he got fired. And then if you killed someone, it would show him in jail in the picture, the game would end. I'm like, that is crazy. Like, I was just
Those are great games, though.
So, but I couldn't believe it how they filmed it. I mean, for the original PlayStation, that was like the best game that they had on there. It was like 4 disc, and you went to like the alien air base and everything, and it was just. What was another good one? I'm trying to remember. I don't know. What was another good one that you remember playing? That was kind of along those lines, like storylines and filmed.
Oh gosh, I can't remember. You're asking me that question while my brain is mush right now. It's been a long couple weeks.
Yeah, and then just coming home from the show, I remember you were saying like, "Whoa!" I even asked you, "I'm like, you want to come right on?" You're like, "Yeah,
absolutely.
Let's do it while I got the energy going. We're still doing the show. It's just a show after show after show. The show
it has been.
This is the greatest show. Okay, I don't sing, but yeah, we go.
Oh goodness!
It's like I've worked behind scenes of musicals and stuff, and like I enjoy musicals. Don't get me wrong, but as in for performing, nah, you don't want me to. I'm not like on American Idol where they act like they can sing, or they like, oh, I'm the greatest singer, and then they're like horrible dogs howling. Like, nah.
Hey, if Mark or Tim or anybody that wants to work with me in the future, if they ever want somebody that can sing, I can sing. I am classically trained and I play 37 instruments. So
that'd be interesting to see. I don't know, like a horror Polonia musical. That would be kind of interesting to see,
right? That would be.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna kill me, but Amityville musical.
That's actually not a bad idea. That is kind of cool. They've done everything else,
so
that would be a good idea. I'll talk to Mark about that.
So yeah, who knows? Like I've said so many titles on here in prior shows. I'm like, you know what? Somebody's going to take these ideas that I'm saying. I'm going to be like, you know what? I should have just gone to Internet Movie Database, say in production. Like, Tim's on. He's saying, "Good one, guys." So Tim's watching.
Oh, Tim's watching. Hi, Tim.
So yeah, I don't know if he's got YouTube, but he just messaged me on Messenger. So I don't know. I wonder if Tim can sing. That'd be kind of funny.
I don't know. Yeah, that would be.
No. Whoops, as I hit my phone, playing some video there. He's probably going to be like, yep, good one, Steven, hitting the phone there. So what do you think, though? Would you want to produce your own movie, write your script, and direct it?
Yeah, I would actually. There is a play that I'm currently writing that is a 1980s summer horror camp show. And I would love to pitch that actually to Mark or Tim and see if they can adapt it into a movie. But instead of a final girl, it has a final guy. It is meant to be filmed around or done around Pennsylvania. So many different elements are pulled from Halloween and Scream and Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. Like it's really a homage to 80s and 90s horror movies. So I would love to. I have so many great plans with that. It's actually coming along. I've been working on it for 2 years now, trying to finesse it and finalize it.
Okay, that sounds interesting. Tim just said he's a better dancer, or he would be a better dancer. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say. He said, my bad. Sorry, Tim. I didn't read that full message. Whoopsie. That's funny. I'd be a better dancer, but oh, that's funny. It's like you read the messages. Let's see. Oh, he said we got to be quiet on our ideas. But good stuff. He said good stuff. So
yeah.
I got a few ideas myself. So who knows? We'll just put them all together and see. Hopefully they'll get done.
It's true.
That's funny. So see, good stuff. Great. All right. Thank you, Tim. Let's see. Oh, we got a question here. I'm not sure who this is. Welcome, Devani. What's your favorite Polonia movie you played in? I don't know. Is this someone you know or just someone stopping by, I guess?
I don't know.
But welcome either way.
Yeah, that's a good question. I have done quite a few so far. I would say my favorite would be, as of now, like the one that I'm going to be doing at the end of the month starting. That one is a very fun role. Like I'm super excited for you all to see that movie. It's going to be great. But I would say Cocaine Werewolf just because of the process of that movie. They've all been great processes, but the process of the movie, the character, um, everything about it, it was just completely different than what I've done before. That was a really great role.
Definitely one for no method acting.
That is true.
So what was, I'm sure I have a few ideas, but what did they use for the cocaine in that?
Oh, it was powder sugar. And Mark had a huge briefcase that was filled with like massive bags of like cocaine powder sugar. And he made comments of like, if I get pulled over, they're going to see this in the back of my car and they're going to ask what it is. But it was just overflowing. And when we did the scene where I have to snort lines of the cocaine, the powder sugar wouldn't go into like a very fine line. So we had these like fat, thick lines of cocaine that we were snorting. I'm like, this person would be dead if they snorted this line.
Did you actually inhale any of or snort up any of the sugar or no?
I didn't. I got it in my mouth, but my scene partner, he actually snorted some of it and he laughed hysterically. Bryce Kennedy, I believe was his name.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic person to work with. All of them were, but he did snort it and it was funny.
So he literally got a sugar high.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Right to the brain.
I can imagine. I was watching. They had on YouTube the Q&A of the premiere and everything.
Oh, they did
one night, and yeah, they. I forget who it was that posted. I think I shared it in the Polonia group, or someone shared it, but it was filmed. Cool. Mark was saying about how he had the looks like cocaine, and he was with his wife, or he was like, "Oh, your cocaine is in there." He's like, "Shit, people are gonna think I'm a drug dealer." So how was it for you? Your first? Was it your first premiere?
Oh yeah, that was surreal. Like I couldn't make it to the Stalking premiere, but seeing though myself on the big screen that I watched, The Phantom Menace, which was the first movie I ever saw in theaters as a kid. Seeing that on the same screen, it was just a huge magical moment. I was so emotional that night. I had family sitting with me. I had friends there. It was so amazing. It was a great night.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm sure like a lot of local supporters too, I'm sure showed up, right? It was pretty packed up. Yeah.
It was packed.
Yeah, it's always fun. Yeah, I know. It's like, unfortunately, you couldn't make it to the Stalking. It's like, oh, did Diesel's gang get our buddy? It was just me and Lauren there.
Yes,
or
it
Jada,
was.
but people.
Jada.
Yeah. That was fun. But yeah, at least you got to go to that premiere, though. I mean, I'm glad you had a good time, and I can like imagine it seeing on the same theater that you saw Star Wars on. So
yeah, it was a great time. It was fantastic.
So what did you think about the Brandon? Okay, one second. I was gonna say the Stalking. I'm sure you've seen the Wild Eye trailer. Yeah. Yeah, our brains are just so much stuff going on. But yeah, what'd you think of the Wild Eye art for that? For the Stalking?
Oh,
I'm sure you saw that.
Yeah. So good.
So, you're a fan. Are you a fan of Wild Eye other than the Stalking? Have you seen recently?
I haven't. Since the Stalking though, more is on my list, I will say.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Besides Mark Polonia, some ones I recommend. Check out Triggered. That was a good one. It's sort of got like a Scream feel in one part. Let's see, what was another good one? I know, I don't know if he's in here, but Patrick Havchita will be. He's doing The Sitter. But yeah, I'll give you a list later of some good ones because you know how, I mean, some of them are a lot better than others. You know how that is. So, but they do put out some good stuff. So I'll get you a list on that. Let's see what Steve's just said here. I'll have to do a Mark Polonia movie marathon on Tubi.
You've got a lot of movies to go through.
You just put in Mark Polonia, and I don't know, was there like 60? I mean,
Ageless.
there's a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of them on there. What's weird, have you ever noticed when you put in a certain director or title, like it has all their movies, and then all of a sudden it'll have some weird random movie that has nothing to do with it? Like, let's see, but not sure if you saw. I'd love to. Okay, so yeah, he promotes people. So yeah, he'll put you in there. Got another question here, Devani. Before you started to act in Mark's movies, did you watch any of his movies?
Yes, I have. And I was laughing. I loved them. I thought it was really fun and inventive the way that Mark uses his resources and is able to make magic happen. I think one of the ones that I did see was Noah's Shark.
Mm-hmm.
That was like with a haunted board from Noah's Ark, and a shark came out of it. It was so stupid funny. I loved it. But yeah, I did.
That's what's so great. It's so silly and funny. It's just, I mean, if you want to laugh, his movies are great to check out. Definitely great entertainment. It's like, but like everybody else, expect it. Just know what you're going into, and you're good. So, that's what was it that I watched recently? Have you seen House Squatch yet?
I have not. No.
Oh gosh, it's so funny because when they have the Bigfoot going through, they have like this giant like cardboard, or it's like paper feet for like Bigfoot that's cut out. Okay. It's fun. I like seeing the different stuff that they use for the effects or props. Last Chainsaw Massacre, I just got to say, mustache. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So
I know exactly what you're talking about.
on Michael. Well, kids, you got to be careful.
Can I tell you about that scene though? Like, I'm not going to spoil it, but that scene, working with Michael on that, like we did that so many times because we could not stop laughing. Every time I saw him, I instantly started cracking up. And he is the sweetest guy. He's fantastic to work with. But just seeing him like that, it was great.
I could just imagine, like, I sort of spoiled how he talks, but it's like, you kids be careful now. But I can imagine, I'm like, I don't think I'd be laughing too many times. I think that was probably a scene, like, I know we have our takes and we had our mess ups and stuff in the stalking, but, we pretty much got it pretty quick. Like I could just imagine how many takes.
The liquid that you got all over you, and what was it, like the second shot or the third take that you did, it was all over and we had to incorporate it.
I was the first ghost tripper.
Yes, you were.
Oh my gosh. Good times. But yeah. Let's see. Steve said that, let's see what he's seen so far. He's seen Return to Splatter Farm. Oh, okay, from Polonia. Yeah.
That's
I'd have
movie.
To say that's, yeah. That was one of my favorites, I think. But I mean, Feeders is a good one. I mean, there's so many good ones. It's hard to choose. I think, what is he up to?
Oh God, 90 something. I think
over 100. I thought.
Is it over? He's done so many though. Like, it's so hard to keep track. Like, he really pushes them out.
Let's see, 40 Polonia movie. That's good. Yeah, 40's getting up there.
So, power to you.
I don't know how many I've seen. I don't know if I've seen. I don't know. I've lost track. I don't even know how many I've seen. I should make a list. Or actually, what I should just do is just have a Polonia-thon and do a little short review on each one. There we go.
That's a good idea, though.
There's just like some short clips there. So yeah, you said a few behind the scene moments for that. What was some other funny ones that you can remember? Without pointing out me, thank you.
No, I mean, I worked with you so much on that movie. I think the one was when Jaina, when we were running out of the barn and Jaina slipped, and I felt so bad for her.
Oh my gosh.
And she went right on her back because it was raining that night.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I was like, I didn't even know if we were going to continue for that. I mean, she went down hard and she just went back to it. Oh, I'm good. I'm like, yeah.
And then
Was there any? I know there were like a few parts in ours, or maybe we added a line or wrote some improv. What about besides in the Stalking, Cocaine Werewolf, or Last Chainsaw Massacre? Did you add anything in there, or was it all by the script?
um so for Cocaine Werewolf, which I want all of you guys to see if you haven't seen it, that movie is fantastic. The quality of that compared to previous films that Mark has done. Like Mark does a great job. I love Mark, but that quality was
Yeah.
one of the best qualities that I've seen. Um there's a scene in there where we are all like eating food and we broke for lunch. We quickly grabbed something and Mark was like, "Yeah, bring that in and eat it in this shop. That's perfectly fine." So we did. And I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna grab a banana and I'm gonna like really eat that banana." And I like went in on that banana and like all of my families and friends, they knew what I was getting at with the banana and they were laughing hysterically in the theater because they're like, "There's Cody like chomping down on the banana." Um, that was like an improv thing that I did. Like I chose to go that route. Other than that, you know how I am on set. Like I am very professional. Other than goofing off a little bit, like I'm right there, ready to do it. You ask me to do something, I get it done.
Exactly. It's that time. I mean, you got to be professional, but there's a couple of times you can have a little fun too. It's not
A little fun.
always yes in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see. From all the Polonium movies I've seen, my favorite are Cocaine Shark, Sharkenstein, Shark Encounters of the Third Kind, and The Last Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay.
So, yep, threw that one in.
Sharkenstein's good. I like
Yep,
Sharkenstein.
yeah, Sharkenstein. It's like now we got Cocaine Werewolf, Cocaine Shark, and next will be Cocaine Werewolf on the list there. All right, let's see. And then he says, didn't know Smart House with Brink Stevens was a Polonia film. Yeah, Smart House is one. I think I didn't watch that, but I think did you see Smart House?
Yeah, I did.
Mm-hmm. Didn't Mark do the voice on it, I think, or like an overview of voice? I think that's what I heard. But yeah, it's like I think soon I'm going to have another Polonia-thon. I don't know. So many.
So many of them.
And it's great that it's a lot of the same people, and then of course some newer people too. Over the years, but it's great working with all of the same people. It's a good time.
It's like a little reunion when you meet up again for the next movie. You're like, "Oh, you're in this film? That's fantastic."
Yeah, did I just see last month? Then they gonna be like brother and sister. I'm like, oh gosh, this person again. Oh, it's the ego person. No, just get there. Oh, anyway. What else here? Let's see. So the Stalking I know will be out November 12th. It's been taking pre-orders on Amazon. MVD even is taking reserves on that. I think I don't know if it was a mistake, but did you see that how on Amazon it like sold out and then it came back on?
Yeah, that was weird.
I was like, wow, okay, I'm impressed, but yeah, I'll take it. It's like
I did check Cocaine Werewolf though. I did check today and it said like over 50 plus people pre-ordered it within the past month. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Where is it that it shows how many people pre-ordered it? I was trying to see.
It should be like right underneath the title, and then it shows like DVD or digital, and then it shows like how many people would pre-order in like blue lettering.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to check that out. That's interesting. So, but yeah, it's pretty cool to see how many people already want that. Like, how much of an interest that they already have in it, just from like the commercial, the promotion. So, but yeah. So, how do you feel like for promotion? I mean, you try to do that yourself. Like, are you big on promotion and trying to get stuff?
Oh, absolutely.
Like that? So,
yeah,
that's an important thing. Let's see what else here. Let's jump back a little bit. We had already mentioned, actors that you liked growing up and everything. But when was your first play or production? Where did you grow up?
Wellsboro, PA. where I'm currently residing again. I've been all over the place, but Wellsboro's home. I like to be here. But I started acting when I was 8 years old, and I got my first role with Hamilton Gibson Productions, which is a theater company here, a nonprofit, and that's where I'm now directing my own shows. And been doing it for 20 years now, which is crazy.
So do you like want to just live out there? Do you have any plans of maybe moving anywhere else, you think, to try to further your career, or just want to stick with what you're doing?
I'm comfortable with what I'm doing. If I get a call one day that says, "Hey, do you want to fly out here and do this?" I would be like, "Yes." But I've been to New Jersey, Philadelphia, Los Angeles, and I've I'm more comfortable here.
Okay. Yeah, right. So what are some of other hobbies and interests besides music and acting?
Yeah. Other interests would be I'm currently going through my master's for secondary English education, so I can teach. So that's another facet of my life that many people may not know. Actor and director by day and teacher by night. So
Okay. So you want to teach English, or do you want to teach acting, music, or what's path are
any
you?
of those. My bachelor's is in theater and music, and then my master's will be in English education. So I would be qualified to teach all three of those in Pennsylvania. So
All right. Um, any like between your characters and stuff, which would you say you relate to most? Even though some are out there, but any inspiration or anything that relates to you that you would say?
I would say my character from the last Chainsaw Massacre. Some of the vulnerability that my character has, but also some of the darker moments that my character has. I feel both of those in my everyday life. So that was a really fun role to play.
Mhm. Any, not to spoil too much of it, but in Last Chainsaw Massacre, like they Ripper Jack and urban legends. Are there any urban legends in your area or anything that you believe could be out there that you're into?
Oh, absolutely, a lot. Like I'm in like the tail end of the Appalachian Mountains. Like there is stuff out there. Like I yes, there is things I totally believe in.
So you believe in the supernatural? Have you ever had any experience with ghosts or anything? Or?
That's a good question too. I will tell you like a little tale of many people don't believe in it. I do. I'm a very open-minded individual.
I've had some experiences myself, but go ahead. So I'm interested.
My when I first moved back here from New Jersey, I got a house that was built in the 1800s by a fantastic landlord that I absolutely miss and love. And I had the downstairs, and then I had people that had the upstairs. But my living room connected to my bedroom, which connected to the dining room, and then there was a door that went down to the basement. And every night there would be this weird, like rotten egg smell that would come out of the basement, and then the doorknob would jiggle. And then Oreo, who's right next to me still, he would always bark and growl at the door. And there was one night where I wasn't home because I was in the theater. My roommates messaged me and they said, "Hey, are you in your bedroom, like banging stuff around?" I'm like, "No." And then they went down and looked, and the doorknob was jiggling, and somebody was trying to get into my bedroom. And the other time, they were playing with a Ouija board, which I will never touch. I know too many horror stories with those, but they were playing with a Ouija board and it said demon basement wants Cody. And there would be this like acrid smell that would come from my bathroom, and there was so much tension and negativity in that house, like it was feeding off of it. So I truly believe in the supernatural. And that was a very like dark place.
Um, did you ever watch Unsolved Mysteries when that was on?
Hmm.
I don't know if you ever saw it. There was one of this house in Florida. I don't think was it Claremont or okay, yeah, it was Claremont. like back in the 80s, this guy, he owed like gambling debts to these people. So one night they set his truck on fire. He came out and they shot him in the driveway. And the family that moved in after this, what was it? The daughter, one of the kids saw a man standing over watching him, would take the boat and move it back and forth.
Wow.
They moved out after a while. They mentioned her name. She wasn't on the show, but the woman's name that moved in after was Donna. My dad worked for her, and he heard footsteps in the house. She would leave. There was one day that she had all the windows open, and I guess it was about to rain, and she was trying to hurry home. All the windows were shut, but not thinking that they would like fall, but they were shut and locked. Keys would be all around. And I swear I was hoping to catch like maybe an apparition of it in the attic or something, like a picture. And I was up there. I felt like I was being watched, but I didn't catch anything, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like we got a question here. Don't want to ignore that there. What are some of your favorite horror movies?
Okay. I have a few, but to name just a few, Halloween, the original, love it. It's such a great movie. The intense build of Michael Myers' character and Laurie Strode's chase scenes, beautifully done. Scream, the original Scream, I adore. I would say Jason Lives is one of my favorite Friday the 13th movies. The first one's a classic, but Jason Lives is one of my favorites. And I would say Nightmare on Elm Street 2. But there's also other movies like The Birds. I love that movie. The original When a Stranger Calls. There's so many different original movies that are fantastic as well.
Yeah, now there's like a lot of remakes, or whatever you want to call it, reboots. It's hard to come up with an original idea because people like keep on doing the sequels or copying. We want to see more original ideas. It's kind of hard to see some of those nowadays. So
that's Hollywood right now. It's always reboots or requels or continuations of movies. Like, I love the original stuff. I love coming up with something so clever and so scary that you've never seen done before.
I think that's what's great working with the independent movies. Like, there's so many ideas that like creatures that are mixed up that you would never even think of, and all these original ideas. To be a part of that, it's a lot better than some of the Hollywood. They may not have the budget, but
they've got the
sometimes more entertaining. Though. The creativity and entertainment that keeps people like, wow. So are you more of a physical collection, DVDs, or do you prefer digital? Or
I've got both. I have such a space that I need to kind of stop with my physical collection because it is growing so much, and I have a lot of books and they clash. So it's about 50-50.
It's great to have your physical collection though, because like, let's say it is storming and you lose your internet, you can always pop in. So far you've done, let's see, I guess you would say a creature, a werewolf movie, a slasher. I guess creatures, so supernatural for the stocking. Is there any type of horror genre that you would like to do?
The one that I really want to do, I can't say because we're filming it soon. That's the one I'm really excited about. But I will say there's a few, like a space horror movie, like anything alien related. I think that would be really cool. Maybe like a good old fashioned haunted house type of movie. So something like that. But you'll understand, everyone who watches this, and you will understand what I'm talking about when this movie is announced that I'm filming, because it's a really cool genre.
What do you think about found footage movies?
I think those are fun. I think there's a lot of creativity that can go into those. The Blair Witch Project is a phenomenal movie, and if they ever touch that movie to try to remake it, I will yell at whatever studio that is. I think those are good movies to have.
Yeah, yeah. That's I don't think that can be remade. If they try to remake that, then it's just like done. Like no, stop.
I agree.
No. Is there anything that you think that isn't good enough that needs a remake?
Um, ooh, I have to think for a second. Um, I saw something recently that I didn't really enjoy. I don't know. Oh my gosh. What do you think? I'm going to ask you. I'm going to turn
Oh
the tables
gosh,
and ask you a
no,
question. What do you think?
I just want to see what you think. No, I wasn't prepared for my own question.
Um,
Don't stump the interviewer. That's no fair. What was bad that needs to be remade? I don't know if it's necessarily horror, or
I have
okay,
to.
it doesn't necessarily have to be horror. I'll give you that. So, something that
Okay. Let me see. I just recently rented it and I hated the movie. Okay, so
oh,
I will
oh
say. Oh, you
okay,
go.
go
You
ahead.
go.
It's like, oh, we go think of one at the same time. I,
Same
I didn't
wavelength.
I I didn't see it. I just heard about it. That was so bad. This was a friend of mine, Patrick. Him and this other guy are doing this Sharks and Schlock where they give each other movies. There's a movie on Tubi that I haven't watched it because I heard so bad called The Leprechaun's Curse. And like it's not even a leprechaun. The guy's like 6 feet tall. It's like something really weird, like doesn't even and I saw the trailer for it, I'm like, oh my god. It's and the woman who directs it is like a female Dustin Ferguson type of director. And I'm like, wow.
Okay.
So
Hmm.
Leprechaun's Curse, where it's an or Leprechaun Origins, horrible. It wasn't even a leprechaun.
Oh,
Speaking of,
yeah, no, that was bad. That
I
was
was like, what
not a
is
good
this?
movie.
It was like a creature. It had nothing to do with that. It was just horrible. But okay, your turn.
So it might be controversial. I we've talked about how having like a good original movie and then making a sequel like 20 years later, but like in its own sense, I loved the Craft legacy. I thought it had some really good points that they were trying to make and trying to incorporate legacy characters, but they got away from the horror tone of what the Craft kind of was. Like they pulled away from a lot of what the original movie was. So trying to maybe remake that or give me something different, I think that would have been great. Like I love those witchy movies. I love the darker side of witchcraft in those. It missed a lot of marks. It was more modern day. Let's tailor it to a younger audience type of movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't watched that in a while. Craft was a really good movie. I remember
I
we are
love
the
that
weirdos.
movie.
That's great. What other? I'm trying to think. What other? Obviously, oh my god, I can't think of his name right now. Who was it that was in Warlock Armageddon and unfortunately he passed away?
Oh,
Steven, help. And what's messed up is I even met him too in Texas at a HorrorCon one time. It's like, isn't it bad when you've met the person and you can't remember who it was?
life
Oh,
happens.
but I wouldn't. Uh, um, oh, I know, Julian Sands.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Julian Sands. Like, yeah, he went on the hike in the mountains or whatever, and he got lost, and
Hmm.
unfortunately, he passed away. Yeah. Yep, Steven said it. Thank you. And even Devani, thank you. Thank you. Yes, Julian
Thank
Sands.
you.
Of course, you can't replace him, but another Warlock movie would be interesting, though, because you haven't seen like many Warlock movies since. It's mostly witches. So it would be kind of
That's
cool
true.
to see a Warlock movie. Um, I don't know who they would. Who would you like to see as a Warlock? Might be a good.
Okay, I would say this is maybe controversial too, but I'm a huge Art the Clown fan. I love the Terrifier movies, and that's a movie I'm excited to see, Terrifier 3.
I cannot
Um,
wait to see the third one. Yeah.
I'm so excited for that. But I would say the guy who plays Art the Clown, like, do up his makeup
David
again. He
Howard.
gives, yes, give
David
me
Howard Thornton.
him.
Oh my gosh, he's great. Have you seen him on YouTube do the voice of the Joker? Like he wants to play a Joker
Yes.
in anything. He does a
Mm-hmm.
great job. See, like with him, like all his parts are pretty much silent, but he's actually a really good actor too. Like, I mean, he needs
He
to
is.
be seen more. Like, I mean, the stuff he does at conventions, and I've been lucky enough to meet him a few times. He's been on a past show, and I think he's also in Stream that just came out or is coming out. Have you seen the trailers for that?
I have not, no, but I have heard about it though. So
That's going to be a good one. Danielle Harris is in that.
love
Let's
Danielle
see.
Harris.
Let's see. Stephen can't wait for Joker 2. Yeah. That looks weird. It's interesting. Like it's almost like a musical. I'm like, this is interesting. So we'll see how it
Mm-hmm.
comes out. I don't know. For that I gotta see it. What do you think on the Joker Harlequin movie?
The first movie was great. The second movie, anybody who tries to make a sequel, they really have to either live up to the original or outdo the original, which is very hard to do. So curious to see. I think Gaga is a phenomenal actress in her own sense. She did great in American Horror Story Hotel. Um, but curious to see what she's going to do with such an iconic character and working with a Joker type role. So
Yeah. Seeing new people in that role always keeps you wondering. It could be really good or it could be really bad. You just never know how they
mm-hmm.
portray that character. So. Have you gone to any conventions yourself? Met anyone?
I have not. I unfortunately never have the time because I'm always so stacked with everything. But when I do have the time, I do want to go to San Diego Comic Con. I want to go to more horror conventions, like we've talked about.
Yeah.
There's many things I would love to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't been to San Diego yet. That's like the biggest thing people wait days for to get to
Mm-hmm.
certain panels because that's like where everyone shows up. The Marvel characters, Marvel movies, everything, TV shows. I saw that they had. I recently found this out. I was unaware of. I knew they were going to do like a Dexter series, like a younger Dexter, but they're
Yeah,
also doing a new
the
Dexter
sequel.
continuing on from New Blood, and I'm like, that's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be weird because the way it ended there. Let's see what
Curious
Steven
to see.
say. Steven says Cody would be a good Texas for Texas Frightmare weekend. Yeah, Texas Frightmare is a fun one if you ever get a chance again, depending on time and
Mm-hmm.
what you're doing. I can always tell you the good ones, so I try to go to at least a couple a year, one or two. I mean, there's so many more I would like to go to, but like traveling to them all and everything. So,
Yeah.
but it's like once these movies come out and everything, I want to try to like get a table and maybe just be a guest, and that way I'll be able to go to them more because it's such a great time once you get to attend. So maybe soon, who knows? You can, we were talking about like you said. So, um, is there anyone if you had a chance to work with, who would you like to work with?
Ooh. Um, I would say Bruce Campbell.
Yes, he is awesome.
He is awesome. I think from what I have seen online, from what I have seen of his work, um, I think he's a great guy to his fans to work with behind the scenes and to be on like either TV shows or movies. I would love to work with him. I think he'd be great. Right now, he's doing a lot more producing roles,
Yeah.
specifically with the new Evil Dead movies that are coming up in the lineup. But I would love to work with him. I think he'd be fun to work with.
Let's see. If you could do any genre other than horror, do you have another that you would like to work with?
Sci-fi.
Alien movies, yes, that would be
Mm-hmm.
fun. It's like that's what I would like to do. An alien movie. Let's see. I would like to do an alien movie, a shark movie. I don't know what else would be fun to do. Hmm.
Um,
Some more comedy too. I like comedy. It's always fun.
I'm actually like people think I'm comedic and they love my comedy, but I hate comedies. I hate acting in comedies. I do well in them, but I'm something's with those. I don't know what it is.
Dwight said that they're interested in the 2 new Dexter shows, season 4 of the original show, but the new one sounds interesting. Yeah, finish up. I think it's season 4 with the Trinity Killer, or was that season 3? I can't remember.
I can't remember either. It's been a while for me to see that show.
Great series. Yeah. Yeah. Before you watch the new one, though, definitely finish off that New Blood since it's going to be continued on. Yeah. Before they came out with New Blood, I was so mad the way they ended Dexter. I was like, are you serious? Like all these years. I hate that when they have good shows and movies and you wait for the ending and then the ending is just like, after all this time, this is what I waited for.
It's like Game of Thrones. I was so mad about that.
What the? Oh my God.
So
that was, yeah. No. Or the Matrix movies. Like the first one, great. Second one, okay. Third one was good. And then when they end it, like, how's it going to end? Or no, the third one was how it ended before they did that reload or that new one. It was 3 of them. Yeah. But it was like, really? Just like, that's how you're going to end this?
Yep.
I should have took the poison pill. Whatever that pill was. Let's see. The late Timothy Quill would be good to work with, Steven said. Oh, I was right.
Yep.
Season 4 is the Trinity Killer. I think that was my favorite season.
That's a good season.
Oh, man. Let's see. I just realized the time. I know you said you had to go shortly, and it's already been an hour already. If you're welcome to
odd. Yeah.
It flew by pretty quick, I think, actually. It's like an hour already. You don't even realize on this show. That's why sometimes, not saying you, but I mean, I've gone like almost 2 hours, 2.5 hours before. You can't even realize. It's just wow. Any last advice before you go of anyone who wants to get into acting?
Don't be scared to do it. If you need connections, reach out, comment on people's Instagram, Twitter, or X.
Oh God, I hate that. Don't even get me in.
I know, I'm right there with you. But don't be afraid to reach out to people. You would be surprised at who would reach back out to you, and any feedback they can give you, take it and run with it.
Yep, absolutely. All right, thanks again, and you have a great night. Thanks to everyone who came in, Devani, Steven, and Tim and Mom. Yeah, all right. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye.